Hello and welcome back to Do News. I am your host, the King of Do. Got an awesome episode for you here today, guys. We're going to take a look at the markets, go over some news in regards to the Google ad ban, and give you guys my professional thoughts on that. And then going to talk a little bit about OMG as well, and we're going to get that started right now. All right, and we're actually live here, so we're going to wait for some people to kind of start piling in to the chat room, take a few questions. People have been wondering a few things. Been getting a lot of questions in Telegram lately, and I'm going to address some of those things here in this episode as well. And if this is your first time joining us, or maybe you're watching after the fact, thank you for being here. On this channel, we cover a wide range of topics, but all from a very mature standpoint. There's not much FUD. There's not much buy. It's a lot more of looking at blockchain technology, cryptocurrency as well, and how those two will impact businesses. We look at actual business cases as well and try to understand those things. So we got some people coming in. And got Digest Yourself in here already just saying that he's not so sure the correction is over. And we'll kind of get into that as well right now. But welcome. Got the first few coming on in, so we'll go ahead and get started here with you guys and take a look at the markets. So I'll go ahead and hit a refresh real quick. Not that that will matter that much, but it could mean $10 or so for some of these. So as expected, based on the technical charts, the markets in general are bouncing quite hard off of a resistant point. And it looks like we're going to go back up and retest a previous resistance point. And I'm looking to bounce off of that again, especially when in regards to Bitcoin in particular. And we should continue to retest over time. And we'll find out who wins. Now, if the bears win, Bitcoin's next target could be as low as $2,600, $3,000. So that'd be quite a hit if it breaks down even lower. And then, but breaking up could signal that it's over, that potentially we are changing directions and we're headed upward. If we were to break one or two resistance points, we could actually see similar emotional reactions, fear of missing out, similar to that in December. We could actually see Bitcoin go on quite a tear rather quickly. Do not forget how fast Bitcoin went up just not that long ago, seeing over a 300% gain in under 30 days. 300%. So imagine right now that Bitcoin goes up 300% in the next 30 days. It's literally not out of the question. It's been proven that it happens in this space. It's happened before. Not here to tell you that's what's going to happen. Just understand that we're at this critical juncture. We're at this moment of time where market cycles are completing and there's a lot of money ready to move in if needed, and also money still waiting to move out. A lot of people are finally giving up the ghost and saying, this is too much. I can't hodl. I thought I could hodl, but I can't. But show me those strong hands, guys. If you're long, you know, you don't lose anything unless you sell at a loss. So if you believe in the projects and what you've invested in, you know, good. I hope that you're only investing in things that you believe in, and also believe in for the fundamentals when it comes to the actual economics of what they're trying to accomplish. So, and what I mean by that is not just hopping on whatever's hot just to make a quick buck. So, got a few more people coming in. So, things are looking pretty good for a turnaround. I'm hoping for a turnaround. We're bouncing pretty hard here. You can see that even Bitcoin itself in the last week having the most sharp and largest bounce, a very, very hard bounce. And that's good. That means the resistance is extremely strong there, and it may not be able to break it. So that's a good indicator. It may take some serious grinding to try to go any lower than that. So we'll just have to wait and see, guys. Neo right now, unbelievably a good deal. You guys know I love Neo. Litecoin as well. Still have high hopes for 4 digits on Litecoin this year. No reason not to. With all the ICOs coming out this year, a lot of money is going to pour into Litecoin just to get access to some of the ICOs that will start rolling out on Litecoin this year. EOS, one of those speculative investments that if you were to, have $1 in it, that dollar could be worth 100 someday, but at the same time, you could literally have just thrown your dollar down a toilet. We do not know yet. We don't have enough information. All we know is that they have a team with a lot of funding, and that's pretty much all we know. We only know the track record of the people on that team, and a lot of investing in that just based on that alone. Right now in particular, I wanted to talk about OMG, sitting at $10.82. I mentioned it in the opening that we were going to kind of go over OMG, and we'll just go over that right now. Right now, I'm very surprised how far it's dropped in the overall scheme of things to see it drop to below 20. I believe that it's easily the best Ethereum ERC20 token out there as far as both what they're actually producing and the legitimacy of the product, and also just proof that they have the ability to get things done as a company. And so I'm really excited about OMG. I think that right now it's very, very tempting at that particular price. So this is something that I was talking about with a close friend of mine recently in regards to how the market is different today than it was a year ago. A year ago today, Ripple was probably 2 pennies or less. And very shortly after that, it was, in April, it shot up to something like 7 cents, etc., and kind of started a new market cycle. Since then, a whole lot has changed. A whole lot has changed. And the landscape of what cryptocurrency is and blockchain is has exploded. The amount of places you can put your money and diversify your money has exploded. And with that comes a lot of questions. We have to start questioning ourselves when it comes to currency. I'm only going to talk about currency. Currency is the oil, the liquid that helps facilitate transactions from A to B. And there are a lot of people out there that are attempting to do that. Bitcoin's always tried to be that transactional coin. Litecoin tries to be a transactional coin. We have Monero taking care of the private and privacy side of things. But there's been a lot more action with a lot more essentially cryptocurrencies trying to enter the space over the last year. And it's something to pay attention to because there's so many solutions now and so many types of new technologies that I think that it's kind of diluting a little bit about the true value that Bitcoin is and has. A lot of people are trying to place bets on the next currency. I've told you guys many times before, if you could actually land $100 on the correct currency, the one that will actually win, the one that may actually take over the entire world, the entire planet, your $100 potentially could buy you an empire someday, if you can find the right one. The truth is the right one may not even exist yet, and we have to be able to admit that and recognize that. But with that being said, that's probably one of the biggest things that have changed in the space over the last year. You have a ton of people that now believe that Ripple may be that. Even though it's centralized, a lot of people that are new to the space and things like that, they're not all about the decentralization of things. They're used to private businesses and private just traditional economics and traditional business. And that's essentially how they view Ripple. It's not a fully informed way of understanding Ripple, but that's how the general public views it. And there's a lot of money that's poured into that the last year. Thus, it's sitting at number 3, when in reality, the actual value and purpose that it actually has is quite lower than that. The price is already quite high on a speculative adoption scale. So all that being said, you go down the list and you look at other things like Stellar, that's also similar to Ripple. You can think of some off of the top of your head that aren't listed here. We have more privacy coins like Zcash, etc., Verge, things like that. And at the end of the day, I believe that the overall market's a little bit diluted. Bitcoin is a little bit undervalued because there's so many bets being placed on everything else. It's something to be aware of and understand. Bitcoin still is driving and still the king of this space, and that will remain that way. But when you look at things like Ethereum truly isn't much of a it was never designed to be what it is. It's mostly for just trying to get your money into ICOs. So for quite a while, the price went up quite high, and you guys saw the high price of Ethereum. That's a result of a lot of people trying to move money and that liquidity effect happening in order to get your money into ICOs, when at the end of the day, Ethereum is actually a whole lot more about trying to build smart contracts and things of that nature, and actually being a utility token. And those are the types of things that we have to stop and ask ourselves, okay, what is really happening in the market? What's going to happen next in the market? What is the next market cycle going to look like? And my belief is that OMG is positioned to be one of the winners out of all the cryptocurrencies that are out there right now, strictly based on their commercialization. They do an excellent job with their marketing of their services and what they're trying to accomplish. They have a very clear mission statement, and they also are actually making waves. They're actually being progressive and making it happen. So it's definitely something that I believe in, that the way that they're attacking problems through developing nations is exponentially more likely to be adopted. You know, a lot of these things that we look at, like a Bitcoin, for example, fascinating enough, are being adopted in a lot of wealthy societies, where because of government regulations and traditions and cultures, none of those in a negative sense, just traditionally these nations are well developed. It's harder for it to disrupt and change and be adopted. OMG going after a lot of these smaller regions that are up and coming rather quickly really puts them in a position to increase adoption and maybe actually be one of the coins out there that truly does what they want to do, and that's unbank the banked and set a lot of people free, because, you know, in America, we don't feel too much pain from banks. I mean, we all feel pain from banks. I got to be careful when I say that, but I guess the type of pain is different than those in developing nations, and the things that they're able to do and help people be set free financially in different nations. It's good work, and much more likely to be adopted for that sense. So I got a few people in here. Feel free to ask some questions and leave some comments below as far as what you think about OMG and just in general, the idea of currency, strictly the currency side of cryptocurrency, not utility coins, not tokens, things of that nature, strictly on currency. I want to know what you guys think on that. All right, now that I've got some of you here, I can start answering some questions that have been asked lately. The first one is, where have you been? I took a vacation, and it was magical. I got to take my family on a great vacation. I really got to bond with my daughter on a level I haven't in a very long time, and it was very meaningful for me, and it really changed my outlook in life. I made some very big personal decisions while on that trip, and I then came back to work and found out that those personal decisions were going to happen extremely fast. I was let go from my job upon returning, and I had already made the decision that I was going to be moving on. Sometimes in life you can feel when things are about to change. I had already had that feeling before I was let go, and so one, it was unexpected. I thought I would have some time and the transition would be easy, and so I've been dealing with that. And I appreciate your guys' support. In the Telegram, you guys have been amazing. I want to personally thank every person that watches this channel that's been supporting me. You guys have been sending me the kindest of words and support from my family. Many of you have actually opened up doors to potential opportunities for me right away. During this transitional period, I am open to contract work, short-term, part-time, and all of those fun things. And I'm working really, really hard right now on some really awesome opportunities already. So things have actually opened already. God's opened some amazing doors for me already, and I'm feeling very blessed and supportive. Had a lot of friends and family come out of the woodworks, co-workers out of the woodworks, just supporting me during this time of transition. And very, very grateful. And for many of you, I know you support me just because you're watching this channel. It helps a ton just when you hit that like button and leave a comment below. It really helps grow the channel. And right now, this is it's not a real source of income, I'll tell you that. But I can guarantee you that whether it's an ad you watch or you go to Steam it and vote me up on Steam it or something of that nature, I can guarantee you you're literally supporting my family, putting food on the table this month during this transition time. And that's very, very helpful. I appreciate you guys doing that. So hit the like button for me and leave a comment below. I appreciate support. If you're aware of any opportunities, please let me know. I have experience working with many premium brands. Between the last 2 jobs I had, I got close to about 100 brands that I've actually got to work with. I help brands become digitally mature. I help them set strategies and build digital governance to actually succeed. I can help build a lot of things very quickly overnight for brands that help create more value for them, both in-store and digitally. And I have a lot that I can bring to the table, and not just for brands. I typically work with premium brands, but also with startups and also small service businesses. So this week I'm actually meeting with a small service business to help them with their commercialization of their product offerings as they try to increase the margins for their existing clients and also start ramping up more new clients in an effort to grow the business more quickly. And I'm going to help them try to scale that as well. So those are the type of things that I'm capable of doing, and I know I can bring them to the table. And you guys are free to come over to the Telegram. Down below, you'll see the Telegram link. You guys can get some contact me there and get personal information and things of that nature if you need it. And I would love to talk to you about any opportunities you have. And even if it's just to network with you, just to connect and know that someday there's an opportunity together, I'd love to connect with each one of you. Over the last year, you guys have been so supportive of me on this YouTube channel and everything that I've done. It's been so humbling and mind-blowing, and I want to thank each and every one of you through this difficult, hard time. And just really am appreciative of that. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up of where things are at, just so that you know where I've been and how come there haven't been as many videos. Now that being said, you may likely see some more videos in the short term as I have a little bit more free time on my hands in between grinding out phone calls and a whole lot of interviews and contract negotiations and things of that nature. So definitely appreciate you guys. It means a lot to me. And I just wanted to get that out of the way here in the middle of the video. While we got some more people coming on, I'm going to go ahead and move on and start talking a little bit more about the Russian lawsuit filed against Google, and many of you have seen this, and I wanted to touch base with you guys on this because you know that my digital marketing background would give me a strong opinion here. And essentially, there's a Russian billionaire who's essentially trying to sue Google, the Russian version of Google, because they banned cryptocurrency advertising. And now I'm glad he's doing it. I wish it was, there was a class action that I could join. I don't live in Russia, but it would be nice to be able to join one because I do believe in the moral damage that's being caused because of this. Google having more power than most countries on the planet. They have more power than most countries on the planet, are stepping up and basically pushing away the right to advertise your new service, your new business model, ICO, etc., right? And that's an interesting type of oppression and power that they have that I haven't experienced before or seen before in our lifetimes. I do believe this is slightly historic in a way, and we should all pay close attention. I know Facebook banned cryptocurrency ads recently, and now you got Google doing it. And it's like, where do we draw the line? When is it? When is innovation being stifled? When is it Facebook and Google clamping down on their potential future losses because maybe they aren't developing fast enough, or maybe they're trying to protect their intellectual property because they are developing these things? So very, very interesting. I would love to know what you guys think of that. If you guys can leave some comments in the video below, feel free to ask in chat any questions you have. But For me personally, I'm very, very unhappy. Google is a powerhouse. Facebook is a powerhouse. So basically, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but I'm guessing around 90% of all online ads are no longer eligible for anyone trying to do cryptocurrency advertising. And so if you actually have a legitimate cryptocurrency advertising solution, you can't market it. And I'm angry about it. I guess now I just got angry because I just realized, I'm in the market for a job, obviously, right now. And guys, that means that any cryptocurrency blockchain opportunities to do marketing are maybe more limited. Could this have just killed jobs that may be available for me? I don't know. I really don't know, but what I do know is no one would be able to do Google Ads. No one would be able to utilize Facebook to execute any type of awareness campaign for their marketing, right? So any type of wallet adoption or platform adoption, right? Does this mean that the Pillar platform can't do this? The Bread wallet, they can't market anymore to increase adoption. What are they left to do? In paid marketing, there's going to be options, I'm sure. There's plenty. But when you have two powerhouses clamping down, who's next? And when does it stop? And who's right? And when have you gone too far? So those are the things to think about and things to consider right now. And that's where my mind is at. And I just wanted to share those things with you guys today. I wanted to keep this video short. I obviously have a lot of things in life right now I got to get in order and make happen. So I'll be trying to keep the video shorter. And I know most of you are fans of that. And now I'm really incentivized to keep them shorter for you. So that's my goal here today. Didn't get very many questions today. Got a question about the G20 and the crypto rise. What are my thoughts? Yeah, the G20 summit, if I'm not mistaken, has already begun, and news was already rolling out. I believe if you go to Reddit, you'll likely see the G20 news coming out. There was some news basically saying that in general, the consensus coming out of G20 is that there's not much of a threat to the world economy or the world financial systems because of cryptocurrency. So right now, world powers don't feel very threatened yet. Propaganda? Who knows? We'll never know when people are telling the truth, and that's the hard thing about when people just tell you things. You either believe them or you don't, and that's kind of just how the world works, and I don't know. It's hard to actually get validation on those things. These are extremely complex things that are even above the heads of the people who know it best. It's economics at that level and at that scale really hard to be good at it, right? You look at all the leaders around the world, fiscal leaders, financial leaders in all the different sectors, and you'll see it time and time again. It doesn't matter how good they are. They're not always right and they're not always wrong, but you sure as heck know that it's a really hard job to try to grasp the gravity of a lot of the things going on around the world when it's happening all at once and all in real time. And we do live in a world where we have more data than ever, but that may even lead to too much noise, and so it can even become more hard to dig through that data to actually identify cause, effect, and correlation and things of that nature. So rant over on that. All I got to say is that I think they might be wrong. That's it. I think that cryptocurrency has already caused a disruption in the investment community through ICOs. It's extremely lucrative and attractive and exciting. The average person around the world can now contribute and start investing in startups, whereas before it was gated. You had to be maybe an accredited investor, or you had to know someone, or you had to be invited to the table. And let's be real, no one's inviting you to the table unless you have millions, right? And so we have these ICOs around the world that are starting to change the world and change the economics of the world, and I'm excited to see those projects prosper so that we have case studies around the world of ICOs leading to success, and that the model does work, and that will increase adoption, and that will increase disruption, and that is the future. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys again so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your guys' support through all of this. It's been so humbling, the kind words that both my friends, family, and complete strangers all you guys out there watching that have been supporting my channel for a long time. I feel so blessed to have you in my life, and it's because of you guys that actually have the confidence to know everything's going to be just fine. So I appreciate you so much, and again, I want to thank you for being here today. And if you have any questions, again, down below you'll see a link to Telegram. If you want to support the channel anyway, you can click on the Steemit down below and go upvote anything on Steemit. That helps a lot. And also, you are more than welcome to send donations to the addresses below. But the most important thing is actually just that like button. I understand the gravity of the like button and your comments as well. Just leaving a comment that is exponentially more powerful to what is what's happening here with this community we've been building together. Make sure you check out the Telegram as well. I said it last time. I'll say it again. I'm going to stop saying it soon. Join the Telegram. People should be paying big money to join that Telegram. The information that people are gathering and dropping there, it's like crowdsourcing highly valuable intel. Cryptocurrency, blockchain information, very high quality opinions in there, guys. The people in this Telegram are extremely smart. They're going places or already there. They're already well sophisticated, smart individuals. If you have not joined the Telegram, make sure you go down below and click that link to join the Telegram. It's a fantastic community so far. Not very many of us there, less than 100 still, but we're killing it over there. I go there and I'm blown away by the value that I'm getting and the education that I'm getting from others, and also just feeling challenged. You know, as I try to do my homework and try to bring you guys relevant information, I feel challenged to go even harder and dig deeper. Just because I feel like I gotta give enough for the people who are smarter than me, because a lot of you are much smarter than me, and it's really cool to have all those people in that room. And it's nice to not it's nice to sit at the table where maybe you're the dumbest person in the room because you have way more to learn. So really appreciate all those people there. Make sure you come join the Telegram, guys. It's well worth the effort and worth the time. All right. So just one last question. Do I think BTC will bottom at 7,500? I'm going to say yes. This is not financial advice. There's a 50% chance I will be wrong. Flip a coin, guys. All right, guys. Love you so much. Again, I'm the King of Do. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. If you're over on the other side of the world, it's probably Monday already, and I'm really appreciating you guys stopping by. Hope you guys come and say hi in the Telegram, and would love to connect with you there on a deeper level. So hopefully I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks again so much, and as always, I am the King of Do, and may the Force be with you.